Scherzer did most of the heavy lifting, and the Nats held on to a Labor Day win in the series opener. Tonight, Gio takes his turn at beating the Braves and moving the East leaders one step closer to the postseason. Welcome to Nationals Park, Tuesday night version of the Atlanta-Washington series. Total domination by the Nats. 12-2 against the Braves this year. A lot of that at home, fans coming in. And tonight we will see again the Trey Turner show. He's in the leadoff spot. It seems like every night he makes something happen. And I think you nailed it the other day. Who's more exciting in all of Major League Baseball right now than this young guy?
I mean, we don't pay to watch games, but that's a guy you'd pay to watch play. I mean, he's been so exciting what he's meant to this ball club. Just from a pumping up standpoint, from an energizing standpoint. I mean, we could watch these highlights and I could say, Bob, he's really fast, back to you. But he's more than just speed. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He's been coached well along the way. He has an idea at the plate, on the bases, at second and center, the defense he's played, even at shortstop. So he's meant more than the numbers on the left side of your screen right now. He's energized this ball club and made them even more dangerous when they already were a first-place club.
Yeah, can't wait to see how this will play the rest of September and on into that next month we call October. Now, Gio's been on a roll, 6-1 in his last 7 decisions, over 10 ball games. He got number 100. Now he can relax and just go on from there.
He's got an 0.95 ERA and 3 home starts against the Braves. He's working a 4-game win streak. He's getting it and throwing it. We love his new fast tempo.
And Gio has to work ahead to be effective. Hopes to do that against the Braves tonight. How about a 3.02 ERA during that lately 6-1? 9 in the low 90s in the district today. So a warm night. Humidity is wonderful, mostly clear skies. And Gio will take on the Braves, who have been hitting the ball pretty well lately. They've got some guys on hitting streaks, including now the new National League Player of the Week for last week. On base 28 games for Freddie Freeman, a 12-game hitting streak with 16 base hits. First in the league, tied with 38 doubles, alone with 73 extra base hits. Kemp behind him, Markakis 3-4-5, a pretty good combo for these Braves. Gio 4-8 career, 15 starts against Atlanta.
Yeah, fastball this year averaging 91. He'll 2-seam it, 4-seam it. Curveball 77, changeup 84. Extended his season high win streak to 4 last start on August 31st against the Phillies. Gave up just 1 run on 2 hits in 6 innings.
Inciarte takes one that misses. We're underway at 7:06. Brave center fielder Ender Inciarte, a 16-game streak, 2 more hits last night, 30 for his last 70. Junior member of this crew is Carlos Torres. He has the plate. Rob Drake, first base. Crew chief Jerry Davis, there he is at second. Todd Titchener, third. Nats with 80 wins. The Braves 54.
Gio working so fast. Inciarte had to call time. Love it.
2-2. It's back even. Mets at Cincinnati tonight behind Rafael Montero. We'll keep an eye on that. They've won 3 in a row. So that 30 for 70. Make it 31 for 71 as Ender Inciarte is on a hustle with his batting average up toward the 300 mark. As we mentioned a couple of weeks ago when the Nats saw the Braves, he was hitting 270. Now 3 for 9 career against Gio. Adonis Garcia, the third baseman, next. Ninth inning single last night to make things uncomfortable for Mark Melancon and the Nats before Mark nailed it down, that 6-4 win. He was 1 for 5 in that game.
We talk about what Gio's done so well lately, and I think it's just as simple as getting it and going, not thinking too much, really trusting his stuff, but working fast, keeping everybody involved behind him, and more importantly, just no time to think. Just be an athlete.
A little low on that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Danny Espinosa up the middle with Daniel Murphy tonight. Nats have turned 127 double plays. They've been in the top 5 in the league in double plays most of the season. Off speed outside, 2-1. Garcia, interesting first year in the big leagues. 30-year-old rookie, 11 years in Cuba where he was a .309 hitter. 58 games in the bigs last year, but this is first full go-round in terms of playing a lot more than 100 games. Inciarte doesn't run a ton. 13 for 19. That pitch is inside, 3-1.
A dangerous count to a dangerous hitter. He likes to swing in this count too. Strike, near strike, he'll be hacking.
He was, and that's out to right center. It's going to plug the gap, and Inciarte is going to score. Bo Porter waves him around. Garcia stops beyond second base, and Atlanta with 2 straight hits on top early. Garcia 51st RBI.
They fall behind to a pretty good hitter, and he's sitting fastball, and that was a strike, near strike, borderline pitch, but Garcia does a super job of going with it. And watch Ender Inciarte run. That's a great shot. Bo Porter's arm's going to come off. And the Braves lead 1-0. Nice piece of hitting by the Braves third baseman.
Yeah, now the next three guys make it a whole lot tougher. Freddie Freeman on a roll. 9 career hits against Gio, couple of home runs. Even though it's a lefty-lefty matchup, the Nats are in the shift.
Well, there should be no panic here for Gio. He knows he's got his A-team behind him. They've been swinging the bats a little better lately. And the Braves have a guy coming off the 60-day DL for his first start since June tonight.
Freeman, wow, right through the wickets on Jerry Davis, and then Danny Espinosa there to grab it. Danny not distracted by the umpire where that ball went. 1 out, runner at third.
It's not an easy play. Watch Jerry Davis, top of your screen. Look out, Jerry. Danny Espinosa fielding it between the umpire's legs. Freddie Freeman with a productive at bat.
Jerry Davis used to play a lot of baseball, and he was really good. He was one of the best amateur players in the Midwest for a number of years.
Well, he's not good anymore because he just let that one go right through his legs.
Yeah, that's an E. But good job in his 35th year in the big leagues missing that baseball. 1 ball, no strikes to Matt Kemp. Kemp smelling a 94th RBI here. He's third in the league, tied with Anthony Rizzo, behind only Arenado and Murphy. Two-0 pitch. So Gio working carefully here to Kemp, who's 4 for 13 against him. Nick Markakis, the lefty, on deck. Although Nick really had a good night swinging the bat here yesterday.
That green light, 3-0 all the way, infield back. He's just trying to hit a ground ball left side. Daniel Murphy's creeped in on the right side now, so he's playing in to take away the whole reach out and tap one to second RBI opportunity. So left side back, right side in.
(3-1) grounder to the left side. Rendon to first. It's an RBI. 2-0 Atlanta. That's number 94 for Matt Kemp.
If you're wondering why one side was in and one side was back, you want to make him pull the ball to drive in the run. It takes away that whole just reach out and flick something to the right side. Tapper to second. So he had to be more authoritative, I guess, in pull mode to get the run in, is why Dusty Baker had one side in and one side back.
Nick Markakis hit the ball well 4 times yesterday, went 3 for 5 with a line drive out. Oh, 2 on the pitch up.
Good heater, 93. I mean, I might be going on a limb. If Gio gives up 2 runs tonight, he's going to win. And just 2 runs.
Couple of line drives, now a couple of ground balls. Upstairs to Nick Markakis, hitting .267. His career batting average .291. He hit .296 for the Braves last year, but his run production is about 50% higher in terms of RBIs. 2-2.
It's got the opposite scoreboard pick of Danny Espinosa. He doesn't have a beard on the scoreboard, and I can't remember the last time he didn't have one.
2-2 pitch.
Yeah, there he is. Nick Markakis without a beard. With a beard. Here's your Nats defense tonight. Everybody back in action that had the day off yesterday. Jason Worth, Bryce Harper, they were Ferris Bueller yesterday. Daniel Murphy, Ferris Bueller. Anthony Rendon, Wilson Ramos. I think Rendon was in there. Ryan Zimmerman back in there?
He is.
And Dusty Baker today gave the fans the day off, it looks like.
Yeah, this is looking like the smallest crowd of the year at Nationals Park.
But you know what happened? Homework.
First day of school for a lot of kids in the area.
Homework happened.
In and out, up and down on the pitch track during this long AB. Markakis gets under one. This will be close. Bryce Harper over toward the barrier, and he will get there. Sergio gives up a couple of hits and then gets the 3 outs in a row. Braves pick up 2. Now the Nats face Williams Perez. He's 22 of his last 23 games. He'll be the leadoff guy for this Nats offense. 8th in the league in batting average, 4th in runs, 3rd in home runs, and Bryce continues to wear out the Braves, especially in this ballpark. Bryson on base guy lately as well, 19 of 21. Anthony Rendon nearly 330 his last 5 weeks. So it's the regular lineup back in there. Williams Perez, 25 years of age, 1-0 against the Nats in 2 games, 1 start career.
The man with 2 last names, Williams Perez, 10th start of the season, but his first appearance is coming off the 60-day DL September 2nd. He missed 77 games with a rotator cuff strain. So fastball, curveball changed the arsenal. Fastball 91 with some arm side run and some sink.
Trey Turner has seen him. That was last September when 1 for 3 against him.
Three for 4, everything but a triple yesterday. We were thinking he could do it, and he will sometime in his career.
Maybe sooner than we all think.
Right.
Out to right center, Inciarte just tracking it over toward the gap.
Defense for the Braves tonight. Matt Kemp in left, Ender Inciarte in center, Nick Markakis in right, Swanson Garcia left side, Beckham Freeman right side, Tyler Flowers behind the plate, Dansby Swanson, there he is. Former first pick in the draft. This is the longest he's ever played into a season. He's never played a full season, so they're giving him days off here and there, try to bring him along slowly, and it never hurts a youngster to miss Max Scherzer. That's what he did yesterday.
16th game as a big leaguer. He'll be batting 3rd in the top of the 2nd. More on him then. Here's Jason Worth hitting .253. And in more than 2 months, He's only failed to reach base in 3 games.
That's impressive. He's just trying to hit jacks. It's so much fun to watch.
Something about his first at bats, huh?
I mean, just every swing he takes, it's not about getting base hits and getting up to 300. It's how many taters can I hit? That one. This is the 3-0 hack on 0-1, folks. You think he's not trying to hit homers?
0-2. Strike 3 call. 94. Jason thought it was up and away. Carlos Torres rings him up, 2 outs.
I don't know about up, but it was away, and I don't even need to see pitch track on this one to tell me. Yeah, not a strike. Tyler Flowers framed it, and Carlos Torres punched him out. You're going to go look at the video and see what we just saw.
Here's Murphy. For Perez. 24 Ks, 14 walks in over 49 innings. Daniel Murphy as a Met against Perez. 3 for 6 with a home run. Then he goes with the heater and gets the outside edge.
That ball might have been down, but Carlos Torres is looking for strikes early in this one. Pitch track likes the low pitch, remember that. Watch Flowers frame it, pull it up.
Nissan brings us the pitch track. Murphy trying to get Harper to the plate here in the first inning. Staying alive.
It's a little flickage. Win another one. 38 doubles, tied for first. 165 knocks. That was a mistake. Do you think his friends call him Bills?
Guillermo's?
Williams, Perez. My friends call me Bills.
2-2. So it's Bills against hits. Busted bat and another hit for Daniel Murphy. Number 166. His batting average staying over 340 now. Started the night 4 points behind DJ LeMahieu for the league lead.
They've taken people's gloves off. He's such a good hitter. I mean, he bought himself a few more pitches and finally got what he can handle. That's been the book on Murphy lately. Pitch him away, play him away, give him his singles, don't let him do damage. So bat die's a hero for Daniel Murphy. There goes the no-hitter. Take care of that. And Dansby Swanson, glove came off. He reached so far for that one.
And that was interesting. That bat broke right above his hands. Here's Harper. We noted the damage he's done against the Braves, so important to get him up in the first inning with a man on, especially with the Nats now down by 2. Bryce against this right-hander, 1 for 4 with a homer, 3 RBIs. Swanson made his Perez made his big league debut against the Nats last year in relief in May. Then they saw him as a starter in September. Right rotator cuff strain had him on the DL.
Oh. Mighty swing right there. Got his pitch in a 1-1 count and fouled it back. That was a good swing. So Nat's not getting cheated. Jason Worth took a good hack. Bryce just a tad underneath that, a tad late. That might have snuck up on him, or he was trying to hit it so far it might have just slowed him down a hair.
So the entire outfield just tilted toward the right a little bit. Inciarte about 5 steps toward the gap. Kemp has a lot of left fielders doing this ballpark. Plays way off the line, out toward the bullpen. Perez, 25 years of age, drafted at the age of 17, or at least signed at 17 by the Braves, out of Venezuela. Been with the Atlanta organization his entire career. 1-2 pitch with 2 outs. Inside the Numbers brought to you by Jeep. So against the Braves, last 2 years, quantum leap in pretty much everything. So he hit better than 20% of his home runs last year as an MVP against Atlanta. 9 out of 42. Not biting on the off speed. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He recently said the worst hecklers in the league are the Braves fans. Somebody asked him that question. Not New York, not Philadelphia, is what you'd think, right?
Yeah.
Braves fans.
Well, if I'm a Mets and Phillies fan, I take offense to that.
You guys are slipping.
Two. And that off-speed pitch had Bryce way out ahead. Freddie Freeman under it. That's it for the Nats in the bottom of the first. A Murphy hit, his 166th, 2-0 Atlanta.
How about Max Scherzer yesterday? 7 innings pitched, a gutty effort, giving up just a couple of runs on 7 hits, struck out 5 Braves, threw 107 pitches. Wasn't his A+ stuff, but his B+ A- stuff was good enough. And couple that with the competitive nature we see every 5th day. And he's smack dab in the middle of the Cy Young talk. 16 wins, leads the National League, tied with Jake Arrieta.
Vintage Scherzer on a night when he didn't have everything working his way, but vintage in the respect that he fought his way through that ball game and got his team a win. This is the right-handed hitting catcher Tyler Flowers. Gio slowed down his bat with a pitch under 80 miles an hour and gets a Danny Espinosa assist. 4 in a row now for Gio. Gordon Beckham is next.
Max is first in wins, first in innings pitched, first in strikeouts, 243 on the year. Opponent's batting average against 190, that's second to Jake Arrieta's 184. And what am I missing? I think that's good enough. Give him a Cy Young.
Gordon Beckham 3 for 10 career against Gio. He was 6 for 13 with a 5-game hitting streak going into yesterday, and Scherzer, with help from Coda Glover, shut him down 0 for 4.
I think that's really going to hurt Max for the Cy Young, as he's not in the top 10 in day earned run average. That's really going to hurt his chances, I feel like.
He said tongue-in-cheek, and yeah, that may be one of the things we don't have to worry about too much.
What's his day earned run average? Well, I don't know. He's not in the top 10. I can't vote for him.
Because it's not called most valuable pitcher, like the position player award is, there's probably less debate on who should win it. You don't have to be in a first place team, or maybe even a team in the first or second in the division, because that whole valuable thing comes into play for position players. This is simply an award for the guy everybody thinks had the best year compared to all the other pitchers. MVP doesn't always work that way.
Well, we were all talking about Steven Strasburg until he had that little tough streak and went on the DL. I thought it was his to lose, especially with Clayton Kershaw out of the picture. And Steven went on the DL after 3 or 4 bad starts, and Max Scherzer just kind of pedaled to the metal, and I think put himself in first place.
Yeah, Max made his 29th start yesterday. Strasburg's made 23.
Ooh,
so it's been a costly streak there. That's a good thing to see. We're not sure officially yet if it's been announced Strasburg pitching tomorrow, but to see him charting is a good sign.
Well, it's first day of school. Maybe he's doing his homework, but apparently we'll find out after the game.
Lucas Giolito, quote, added to the bullpen today, and Wilmer Defoe was called back up. Good to see him back at the ball club.
I'm not the sharpest analyst in the league, but if he's charting, he's pitching. Why else would he be charting? End of story. Steven Strasburg ain't pitching tomorrow. With his stature and his contract and his tenure, he's not charting.
Pretty good battle here. Gio and Beckham. 3-2 again. Swing and a miss. 93 off the plate, a little bit inside for the strikeout. His first of the night.
But whenever he commands the inner half of the plate, you see everything else away, and then he comes in with the 10th pitch.
Wow.
So Gio gave us, and Gordon Beckham gave us a long time to pump Max Scherzer up for Cy Young, and Gio ends it with a 10-pitch win on a fastball in for strike 3.
Here's Dansby Swanson, who made his major league debut the day before the Nats got to Atlanta a couple of weeks ago. 22 years of age, out of Kennesaw, Georgia. They actually got him from Arizona. He was the D-backs overall #1 pick last year, and that was part of that Shelby Miller deal.
Is that where Mountain Landis was from?
I don't know.
Well, that's why we have Google. There's no such thing as I don't know anymore. If I knew how to spell it, we'd know by now.
Swanson 13 for 55 in 15 games. First couple of days in the big leagues, the Braves had him batting up near the top of the order. That had a loud sound to it. That ball's going a long way to center, and Trey Turner watches it hit high off the wall. This is easily 3 bags for Swanson. Now the Nats need to get the ball in, and he's being waved home by Bo Porter. That's an inside the park homer for Dansby Swanson for his first major league home run. 3-0 Atlanta.
Well, how many big leaguers' first major league home run is inside the Parker? Somebody let me know about that. Fastball up, Swanson gets all of it. Trey Turner had to hit the brakes late. The ball hits right over the Geico sign, and this is where Bryce Harper flying across the field. And you're thinking with his big arm, is it going to be close? But Swanson was hustling right out of the box. And a hug from Anthony Recker. Congratulations, first big league home run.
What a way to get the first one. Here's Perez, the pitcher. Strike one.
You know, as Trey Turner plays more center field, right now he thinks he'd catch everything, and you like that invincibility he's feeling. But the more he plays, he'll realize on the ones you can't catch, you got to hit the brakes and play it off the wall. He got too close to the wall on that because he's fast. What he was reading when the ball was in the air is, if there isn't a fence there, I'm running that down. The fence appeared, he was too close. The ball ricocheted back, thus the inside the park homer. The longer he plays out there, that'll be just a double. But that's part of the learning process, the little intricacies of the position. It's a lot more than catching a fly ball.
2-2 pitch. Swing and a foul.
And there comes a time, Carp, when that ball's going over your head and you take a peek at the fence and you say to yourself, I ain't getting this one. It's hitting the wall. You just hit the brakes and you start to backpedal to play it off the wall on a hop or two to get it back in. He'll learn that, and maybe he just did.
A big play for the Braves with the pitcher coming up. 2-2. Looked like he held. Rob Drake says he did. Right in there for the strikeout. Atlanta has scored 3 runs on 3 hits in the first 2 innings. Rendon coming up, bottom of the second.
Major league home run inside the Parker, and show you what Trey Turner did right here as a young center fielder that I'm sure he learned a lot from this play. First of all, he gets turned around. He opens up to the wrong side. Watch. Now the ball's tailing back over his shoulder, so he's trying to give with it. Stop it right there. About right now as a center fielder, if you peek and look, you know that the wall's approaching. And the longer he plays, he'll stop right about there and play this off the wall. In his defense, maybe he thought it was going to go out over the short part of the fence and not hit the high part of the wall. But you see he's struggling. The ball's over his other shoulder. And now that's when it gets weird. So if he would have opened up the other way, he would have saw the fence and the ball all in one. And as he plays out there more, he'll learn to hit the brakes and play that on a hop. Easy to talk about up here, hard to do when you're down there in the heat of battle.
And Bryce went a long, long way to help out on that play.
He did.
So we're at the bottom of the second, and Anthony Rendon takes a strike.
And all that is, Carp, is repetitions. That happens to you a couple times, and you go, oh, that's the one, like the one against the Braves. I'm going to stop right here and play it on a hop.
That one, it's off speed and gets Anthony. So the Nats have a base runner to lead off the bottom of the second. Rendon hit by a pitch for the 5th time this year. Yeah, the eyes of Ramos, they've seen a lot of hits this year. Wilson batting at .309, just barely in the top 10 in the league now in batting average. Oh for 3 with a walk against Williams Perez.
So Calvin Booth is an usher in section 126. And yesterday before the game, he brought me up a Buffalo t-shirt.
It would look good with that.
He said, I heard you mention in New York that you'd wear a shirt with a big Buffalo head on it. So now I have one, and I'm wearing it. Not right now, but I'm gonna. So thank you.
Very nice. Oh, and 2 to Ramos. Flowers shifting inside, and Wilson not able to do much with that. Second K for Williams Perez. Mercedes-Benz will track it.
Boy, you count the number of times Wilson has swung at a bad pitch with 2 strikes this year, maybe on one hand. There was a lot of it in 2015 before the LASIK surgery, but his knowledge of the strike zone has been impressive all season long.
Ryan 3 for 10 in the series at New York. Coming off a 1 for 4 Sunday night before he had the day off yesterday. Had a great rip at that 0-2. And in New York, we saw a couple of times where Ryan took outside pitches right through the right side. Let's see what he sees with a 1-2 count, but there's a ton of room over there. As Freeman holds Rendon. Beckham shades up the middle, as most teams do against Ryan.
So with 25 games left in the season, if you're Ryan Zimmer, your season's your season. You're not going to turn around at this point. You just want to get hot going into the postseason. And like I've said a million times, have a great October, and everybody forgets what you did during the regular season. But I'm still sticking to it's going to happen.
Well, the 6 guys in front of him, pretty solid most of the year. This is the bat that really completes this lineup. On the breaking ball, Perez had him lunging. Short center, Beckham. 2 outs.
Bring your best friend to the ballpark on Thursday, September 8th for the 5th of 6 Pups in the Park games presented by Budweiser. Proceeds from this special owner and dog ticket will benefit the Washington Humane Society. That is awesome. Visit nationals.com/pups today. One of my favorite days always at the ballpark.
Danny Espinosa trying to extend the inning. And he faces the right-hander for the first time. Mets have a second inning run at Cincinnati. Right now they're 8.5 back of the Nationals.
Hamsters in the ballpark would be a good one. I feel like that would sell a lot of tickets.
For complete with WD-40 for the wheels.
Yeah.
So they're not too squeaky.
It's very offensive to all the other pets, in my opinion.
2-0.
Cats in the ballpark. That would be awesome. Goldfish in the ballpark might not be a huge seller.
One to Danny. This ball out of play, left side.
Parakeets in the ballpark would be a disaster. That can't happen. Yeah. Lizards in the ballpark. I'm in.
Giant geckos.
It's a good call. Snakes in the ballpark. Nobody would come. We can't do that one. Would be interesting though.
Thanks to Danny Espinosa, pitch count mounting a bit here. Gio's thrown 48 pitches in 2 innings. He's on deck as Espinosa tries to extend this bottom of the second.
Close. Perez had a little lean back to his own dugout. He thought that was strike 3. He tried to run it back. We've seen a lot of teams try that with Danny left-handed lately. That 2-seam fastball off the plate in, try to run it back.
So Mercedes-Benz with the pitch track. Two. Hit well, right field line, but hooking. Can't stay fair. Danny was almost to the first base bag because that thing was fair for a long time.
He's so strong. He hits some of the hardest line drives we've seen all season long. And some of the lowest trajectory home runs, I feel like, out of any Nats position player.
Big gap right center. 2-2 pitch. And Danny guides a ground ball that way. That will easily move Rendon to third. Great at bat by the number 8 hitter to get it to Gio here. Bottom of the second.
A nice piece of it with 2 strikes. Stayed on the sinker down. And you'd think he wasn't going to get something to pull after he just probably scared Williams Perez into something down the way. And Danny does a nice job of taking a little out of his swing and just smoothing it right back up the middle. Now Gio has a chance to get his ball club on the board.
Yeah, and I'd say for Danny, with a single attached to that long at bat, one of his best ABs recently. That was really good stuff. And here's Gio, 5 hits, 1 RBI this year. 10 career batted in.
Fastball away.
Espinosa running and a foul. We just got an alert from Bank of America. Look out, opposing pitcher. Trey Turner's on deck.
That's weird. My alerts always tell me I'm broke from Bank of America, but I'd rather this one. This is way better.
Now that's funny. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So the bottom of the order has done a good job of extending this inning on Perez. He's at 40 pitches now. Gio hanging in there.
Getting closer to that fastball. That last swing might have bought him some off speed here. Let's see. You know, pitchers will fire that heater in there until you show them you're getting close to it. And catchers notice the same thing. Let's see. Yep, curveball coming for sure.
Didn't do a whole lot. Stayed up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So neither pitcher breezing through the early part of this game. 90 pitches combined, and Gio's going to see at least 1 more. Up the middle, base hit. Rendon scores. Espinosa to second, and Gio Gonzalez gets a big-time roar from the crowd. The Nats are on the board.
Yeah, Gio, do it. So RBI number 2 on the season for Gio Gonzalez, and he was fighting. Got the fastball right down the middle, hit it right back where it came from. And he had a chance to put his ball club on the board, and he did. Now it's a 2-run game. The line is moving, and Trey Turner has a chance to keep the 2-out rally going.
Yeah, Trey fly ball to right center first time. Outside. Name a category, and the rookie's very good at it. .25 RBIs in 48 games. Strike 2 And Turner reaching on that one. Ball hit off the side of the mound. And then Beckham throws him out. But the Nats extend and make Perez have a long inning in giving up the first run of the game thanks to Gio.
September 13th is College Rivalry Day. With the purchase of a special ticket, you could be a mascot. Or you could enjoy pregame activities, get a reusable Nationals acrylic cup in Maryland or Georgetown colors before the Nats take on the Mets. 7:05 start. Visit nationals.com/college rivalry day for tickets. Blow off your homework, come to the yard.
3-3-0 Braves, 1-3-0 Nats. So Rocket Arms from Quicken Loans. Franchise history we're talking about, Expos and Nationals. Most ever 63 wins and 878 Ks by Gio, by a lefty. And Max, fourth most in a single season on the strikeout chart. It's all brought to you by Quicken Loans, where you can get a Rocket mortgage. And of course, Scherzer, one of those he's trailing is his own total from last year. Pedro and Bill Stoneman. No, Pedro's last name wasn't. We just say Pedro, everybody knows. Bill Stoneman, he was a good right-handed pitcher in the early days of the Expos. Ender Inciarte led off with a base hit. First inning to trigger a 2-run Atlanta rally. On the edge, good pitch. 1-2.
I mean, you've seen it before, base hit by a pitcher, especially a clutch one, kind of fire him up on the mound when he goes back up there. We'll see if that's the case.
Time given. Inciarte went on the DL after 3 games this year with a left hamstring pull. He's been back for quite a while, and he's a really solid ball player. He's only 25 years of age. In the big leagues, at least parts of 4 seasons.
Throw a curveball off those 2 high fastballs. You got a good chance. They're going another heater.
Here's a 1-2.
You had him looking up twice for high fastballs. He swung at them both. If you throw a curveball and it starts high, in your brain it tells you, oh, that's another fastball. Then you have to go down and get the break. I don't know if it works off that fastball away, but It was there for a second.
1-2. It's a guy looking pretty efficient at the plate, just spoiling pitches to keep the AB alive. A lot of hitters battling well on both sides.
You see Barry Zito do that all the time. He'd throw fastball up and then drop that nasty curveball off of it, and hitter after hitter, left-handed especially, would chase it.
2-2. Another foul ball. That one got Wilson Ramos. Gorgeous night at the ballpark. Underway at 7:06. It's 8:01 now. BC, FP, DK here on Masson. Second game of the 3-game series. The Nats have beaten the Braves 7 out of 8 here this year. 17 of the last 18 in DC against this ball club. And a 2-2 now. It's another hit. Ender Inciarte is hitting .444 during his hitting streak. Inside the numbers. So most multi-hit games since the break. Inciarte just got his 24th. Trey Turner right behind him. Brian Dozier red hot from Minnesota, hitting lots of home runs. Corey Seager, the probable rookie of the year, and Joey Votto, who's having a huge second half for the Reds. It's all brought to you by Jeep.
He's entering his season real well.
He is. Here's Garcia, double the other way, first time. Max Scherzer only gave up 2 hits to the first 4 batters in the Atlanta lineup in 7 innings last night. Tonight, the 1 and 2 guys are 3 for 3.
Not too many games since I've been here where you can hear the band in the bullpen playing during the game. You can hear it tonight. Clear as a bell up here.
Garcia, 3 for 7 career against Gio. He's hit into 15 double plays this year. That's going to be over shortstop into left center. Inciarte reading it, keeps on going. Jason Worth knows he has no play at third. And the 1-2 guys are 4 for 4 now. First and third, nobody out.
A bat dies a hero, and a nice read by Ender Inciarte. He heard the sound off the bat. He knew it was going to drop, so he took off like there was 2 outs. Watch the read by Inciarte. He's like, that's dropping, and I'm not stopping. Throw me out, Jason Worth, and Jason couldn't get to it soon enough, so a good at-bat by Inciarte, good base running. First and third, nobody out.
Freeman. Ground ball to short first time up. Ground ball to short second time up. First one was to the shortstop in the shift. That one was to short, and the Braves lead 4-1. Freddie Freeman, RBI number 73, and now he has a 13-game hitting streak.
Gio and the shutdown inning have not been best friends lately. And that's got to frustrate Gio Gonzalez. He got a double play ball, he thought. And he'd probably been willing to sacrifice the run for 2 outs, but it turns out it's a base hit. Now there's runners at the corners again with nobody out.
And a visit from Mike Maddox.
I think that's why he's going out there, Carp. That one will rattle most pitchers, not just excitable ones.
Understandable.
Make a good pitch to a really good hitter. You break his bat, and you're thinking, all right, double play.
And then you turn around, nobody's there. Kemp, RBI ground ball to third, his first time up. So the Braves 4 runs on 6 hits. Mets have a 2-0 lead at Cincinnati. They're in the third. And the bullpen working early, Matt Belisle. Curveball on the hands had him way out in front. Inside the Numbers brought to you by PNC. So with nobody on, the numbers okay, and then it kind of graduates and graduates, and then with 2 outs, Gio has really struggled with runners in scoring position, and really with runners in scoring position overall.
That kind of explains the shutdown inning deal.
Freeman made a break when he saw the ball in the dirt and then returned to first. First inning, 25 pitches. Second inning, 23.
Seen too many changeups from Gio tonight. It's been a good weapon of his, especially in this 4-game win streak he's sporting. Might get a ground ball if you throw a good one here.
Swing and a tip. Ramos holds on for a big strikeout.
Or you might get a strikeout with a good one here.
Third K for Gio.
Well, here's a good changeup. 2-2 pitch, has some late life to it. Going away from Matt Kemp. He was gearing up for the heater. Good pitch.
Next up, Nick Markakis. Fouled out down the line right field on a really good play by Bryce Harper right at the edge of the barrier. Pretty much in full stride to get there, ending the first inning. Front door with the breaking ball there.
You see, throw that one eye high. The curveball works right here. 1-1 off of that. Let's see what they decide on.
Nice heater. Markakis didn't like the call. 1-2.
I think he thought it was in. I think he had a legitimate gripe. Let's see. Yeah, just a little off the plate. Gio hit the spot. He'll take it.
Left side, close, and the ball just not able to come back enough. Most popular way to follow the Nationals and their postseason push. The MLB.com at bat app, the #1 app for live baseball. Enjoy game day, live game video highlights, and StatCast at MLB.com at bat on your favorite devices now. Runner between first and second. The throw into second. Recovered there by Espinoza. Chasing Freeman back. And he's out. At least that's the call by Rob Drake.
Allegedly.
Freddie Freeman signaling he was safe, and the Braves dugout will have a look at this. A lot going on there, FP, because they got to keep their eye on Garcia at third.
Well, the whole thing got squirrely when Wilson Ramos threw it in the dirt, and then Danny Espinoza picked it. And I think Garcia was thinking right here when it goes in the dirt, I'm going home. But look at the pick by Espinoza off balance. Garcia goes back to third. And now Danny has to keep his eye on Freddie Freeman and the runner all at once. Watch him roll his head again. And now he just decides, I'm going for the out here. And I think he was safe. Pretty close, so I don't know that it's that obvious. So the original call is out. Ooh.
From that angle, looked like he got him.
Well, the glove got him, but it's in his hand. The ball's in his bare hand. This should show you. I think they got it right.
Freddie Freeman's out. Took the Atlanta video crew a long time, and so that will go 2-6 as Danny Espinoza covered all the ground from second back to first with a tag.
It's a big out.
The count is 2-2 to Nick Markakis.
Yeah, run on third, 1 out. And I got first and third, 1 out, and I got to run on third, 2 outs. Got to get a hit to score him.
That's a swing and a miss by Markakis, and the inning is over. So the Braves were threatening to score 2, maybe 3. They settle for 1, and it's a 4-1 game. Well done, Danny.
Worth a little bit to get going this season, but over the last handful of weeks, he's been playing really some of the best baseball of his career, despite the fact that he's now 37 years old. He's hitting .276 with a robust OPS of .855 over the last 3 months of the season. And Dusty said the other day he feels like it takes older players deeper into a season to get it going, but once they find it, they have it longer than younger players. Dusty says it's kind of like a vintage car. You maintain an older car, you treat it well. Once it gets warm, it's reliable and it runs really well. He says Jason is like a finely tuned older car, and guys, we know Jason likes his cars.
Over 2 million vehicles sold and counting. Thanks, Dan. with our Coons.com sideline report.
Yeah, Dusty hasn't been here long enough to know that you don't use that analogy with Jason. Sorry.
2-0.
And I know that the guy in the batter's box will find that hilarious. So.
Well, I thought you made a good point on the road trip. The way he's swinging indicates that he's totally healthy. You know, no tightness anywhere, no restriction anywhere. He's able to let it loose. And that's pretty big for this time of the year.
Yeah, Dusty's brought him along well. Give him his days off. That was the plan. Hey, we got to keep this guy on the field. Give him his days off so he's playing his best baseball in September. We talked about that in April at length, that Nats fans would see fresher players at the end of the season because of Dusty Baker using his bench.
3-1 pitch. Worth rips it to left. The Nats have their 4th base hit. Second time they've had their leadoff man aboard. Rendon hit by a pitch last inning and he scored. And now Murphy, Harper, and Rendon ahead.
And if you've ever been down the field or had seats close to the field, you know what a large human Jason Worth is. He is put together, so it's no shock that he's having a good year and hitting all the taters. Hit speed 107. Talk amongst yourselves.
Murphy, base hit the other way first time during an outstanding at bat that saw everything away, and he just took it that way eventually.
Somebody asked me today why Daniel Murphy doesn't get more national publicity, and I said, well, he's not flashy. He's old school. He barely wears batting gloves. He doesn't wear sweatbands. He doesn't have endorsements. He wears flip downs, for goodness sakes, on day games. And you know what? I don't think he cares. It's all he cares about is winning and hitting the ball hard every single time up. But he's directly in that MVP discussion in my mind. And I think he gets his fair share of pub.
Yeah, and I find it quite refreshing, actually, to watch a guy like this every day. All business. For him, more about substance than style.
Does his prep work, his homework. Just ready to grind every day. Doesn't take one pitch off, one at bat.
2-2 off speed, and he wasn't fooled. Murphy hammers that ball. So left field for 1, right field for 2, and 167 hits. And for Murphy, his 52nd multi-hit game, the most in the National League.
Man, foot down early, looked like a curveball right out over the plate. Watch the head stay perfectly still. The elbow drops. The uppercut classic swing from Daniel Murphy that we've all grown to love this season.
Huge spot for Bryce Harper as he represents the tying run early in the game. Still. But the door's open for damage here in the 3rd.
Solid numbers.
Two and 0. Perez got Harper off speed first time on a foul out to Freeman. Count leverage here.
Danger. Was a sinker. I thought that was a 2-0 changeup to Bryce. The bottom dropped out of that.
Adam Duvall just hit his 30th for Cincinnati, and they've tied the Mets 2-2 third inning. Nats down 4-1, trying to make third inning noise here with Worth and Murphy aboard. Two.
You know, you get ahead 2-0, you try to do damage to the pull side, then you get to 2 strikes and you figure out, well, he's working me away. See if they come in here with 2 strikes, but most of the sequence has been away.
Three misses have all been out there. Counts full, 2 on, nobody out. Anthony Rendon hit by a pitch his first time. He's waiting. There's a big pitch for Williams Perez. His teammates have given him a nice lead. And Harper, fly ball to left. On his way in, Kemp. He cannot get there. Hustling to third is Worth. Safe. Bases loaded.
Well, he had to get a bad jump on that. I was watching the ball, trying to watch him, but that was in the air a long time. And we talked about it yesterday. If the power hitter, your first instinct as an outfielder is to go back on a swing. Because you're thinking, this is Bryce Harper. He hit it hard. And you see Matt Kemp just starting when we showed you the replay. So he didn't get a good jump at all. And Jason Worth was halfway, then went back, then went to third. Did about 3 things right there and ended up in the right place. Watch Worth right here. He thinks he's going to catch it, so he starts to shuffle back, sees it drop, and then watch him get wide here at the end to get into the glove of Garcia just in case.
Great base running. Rendon and the tying runs at first. 3 consecutive singles. Nobody out, third inning. Anthony not great hitting with the bases loaded. His share of RBIs. And Perez, not many situations like this. Swinging a foul tip, 0-2.
For a hitter, the bases loaded at bat is an enjoyable experience when you can get ahead in the count. Because you know he has nowhere to put you, and he's got to give you something to hit.
Get him 0-2 and look out if you're facing Rendon. He'll get a piece of it to stay alive.
We saw the guy on second do that a few times his last at bat.
So Jason Worth, that shot to left to start the inning. Then Murphy hit one hard into right. Bryce dropped one the other way. So the Nats have 6 hits, as many as Atlanta. Down by 3, at least for now.
Staying alive.
Rendon to left. See you later. A go-ahead grand slam, and it's 5-4.
I'll tell you what, you're going to see all the highlights tonight of the swing and the grand slam. I think they want Anthony out of the dugout here. How about a curtain call? Here he comes. But what you're not going to see is the foul balls, the emergency swings that he kept that at-bat alive with to get to the pitch to hit the home run.
Nat's 7th grand slam of the year.
And don't hit Anthony Rendon with a curveball your first time up. He will make you pay.
You just threw a curveball into a hornet's nest. Harper twice, Espinosa twice this year, Worth and Murphy previous to Anthony. Nobody out. 5-4 game. Wilson Ramos reaching and can't get to it.
There's only been 2 teams in the history of the National League to have 6 position players with 20 home runs. Anthony Rendon now 3 away from 20, and he'd be the 6th.
And his RBI total now 1 short of 70. That was the Nationals' 180th homer of the year. And a 1-2 to Ramos. Left side. Coming in, Garcia with the glove on the run. Well played for the first out.
Show me the grand salami again, please. So a bunch of foul balls to get to this sinker that runs right back into Anthony's fun zone. And there's nothing more fun as a player than doing what Anthony Rendon just did. 1 swing, 4 RBI, and give your team a 5-4 lead. Good stuff.
Braves bullpen getting busy. This ball well hit by Zimmerman to right, and right at the top of the scoreboard, home run. Jerry Davis the signal. Ryan hit it onto that green strip, which is home run territory above the scoreboard. His 14th, and now it's 6-4.
Boy, circle that at bat, circle that swing. And enjoy the flaw at the end of the dugout. But when he starts hitting the ball hard that way, look out. That has to feel so good for Ryan Zimmerman. I know it felt good for us to watch it. What a swing.
The inning and the evening came to a quick end for Williams Perez.
Nationals ball club. Second time around on a guy they haven't faced. They pick something up on him, whatever it is. So just one run in the second inning, but the third, Jason Worth with a hit, Daniel Murphy with a knock, Bryce Harper finds a hole, line moving, Anthony Rendon clears the bases with a grand salami. And then Ryan Zimmerman goes yard. So they obviously either found a tendency, picked something up, or realized what Williams Perez was going to do to him and made him pay second time around.
27-year-old right-hander Joel De La Cruz. 17th appearance. He's made 9 starts with the Braves. 0-7 with a 4.89 ERA. Danny Espinosa 0 for 2 career against him. And with Gio on deck, it'll be a whole lot different than the last time Gio was up there. .73 pitches, 52 strikes. 26 pitches to 6 batters. 5 of them hit safely and 2 left the yard in a brutal third inning for Williams Perez.
Well, it just had to feel good for Ryan. Beautiful swing.
Graham Slangeib in the background there. 0-2 to Espinosa, who singled up the middle first time. One and 2 to Danny Espinosa. Big gap right center. Swanson with the bases empty, more up the middle this time.
Danny needs one more for a career high. Gio got this whole thing started with an RBI his last time up.
Right side with a chopper. Race to the bag, and De La Cruz gets there first for the second out. Well, here's Gio, who's got a lot of new life in this game thanks to his bat and those of his teammates.
Well, this at bat irrelevant for Gio. What is relevant is getting his ball club right back in the dugout in the top of the fourth. They have all the momentum right now, and you don't want to feel like you give the Braves any opportunity or any life. But he won't get cheated. I guarantee you that. He bet fastball and didn't get it. That's what happens when you get a hit, Gio. You're not going to get a fastball anymore, at least on the first pitch.
Yeah, and he's facing a pitcher against whom he's 2 for 3. And the 0-1. Inside, get out of there. 1-1.
Gio was talking to himself in the middle of the windup. He's
Pretty good rip on 93 upstairs.
Yes, it was. That'll probably be the last fastball he sees after that hack.
Swing and a miss. All right. The Nats have hit 7 grand slams this year, most in the major leagues. Anthony Rendon gets his first career, driving in Worth, Murphy, and Harper, who had all singled. And then what a good sign for the Nats when Ryan Zimmerman goes scoreboard plus to right center. Inning of Nationals baseball brought to you by the RAV4 Hybrid. All-wheel drive and unexpected performance. Visit buyatoyota.com. Tonight, what a great view.
Oh, I love redwood trees.
Anthony Rendon can't contain his glee at hitting his first career grand slam. Ryan Zimmerman goes deep. He has 14 on the year. When you have insight, you know how to handle your finances with confidence. Great to see Stephen Drew swinging the bat with Potomac. 3 hits, 12 at bats, couple of RBIs, 2 walks. You see his pinch hitting numbers with the Nats. He's been great this year. And it's all brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. All right, Gio, and the shutdown inning. See if they can get together here in the 4th. Tyler Flowers is first. Ball 1.
I'll tell you what, Stephen Drew is a huge part of this ball club, and it's always players like Stephen Drew that are the sneaky heroes in October. And I think he's been missed more than you could imagine at this point, and I hope he's healthy, and I hope he gets back here soon.
Agreed. What a good ball player. Two and 1 to the catcher, Tyler Flowers. Ground ball to Espinosa, first time up. 6-7-8 for the Braves here. That ball ripped to center. And Gio gives up his 8th, actually 7th base hit. Now the Nats lead in hits 8-7, 6-4 on the scoreboard.
You have the momentum. Get your ball club right back in the dugout.
That's going to get the bullpen busy again. Gordon Beckham struck out swinging first time in a 10-pitch at bat. Second inning.
I'll tell you what, if I have a 2-run lead in the 4th and I look up and the bullpen's getting loose, that's enough motivation for me to get a W out there, because Dusty Baker's thinking about not letting him get the W by having the bullpen up. I mean, it's all Gio has to do is look down there, and he just did. Like, okay, this is for a win. I better bear down.
Two and one.
I think it's even more of a powerful statement coming from Dusty Baker, who we've seen all year let his starting pitchers have a really long leash.
Leadoff man aboard, 2-2 here, 4th inning. Count is full. Nissan will track it.
Well, Wilson framed this up nice at the end, but I think Carlos Torres got it right.
Base hit. Bryce Harper trying to cut it off. Does. Getting to third, Flowers. Into second, Beckham. And the Braves come bouncing right back. This is the 3rd inning out of 4 tonight when their first 2 men have hit safely.
And here comes Dusty Baker, and that's going to do it for Gio tonight. And I think this is the right move. You can't mess around. You just picked yourself up off the mat late in the season, threw a 5 spot up there to get the lead, and you're hoping for a shutdown inning, and a single and a double later, Gio's not going to qualify for the win.
Yeah, doesn't even get an out in the 4th inning. Done for the night, giving up 8 hits. Matt Belisle on the way. Hey, if you're done with your homework, come on by. Braves 4, top of the 4th inning. It's a hit fest at the ballpark, and 36-year-old Matt Belisle will make his 37th appearance. 40 innings, 40 hits, 30 strikeouts.
He tried to throw some sinkers here to Dansby Swanson, try to get him to pull the ball, give up 1 run, and not let him advance the runner at second.
Swanson 1-for-1 career against Blau with a double down in Atlanta. First time up tonight, electrified the third base dugout with a drive off the top of the Geico sign right center. It turned into a home run inside the park.
First one in 6 years, 15 years for the Braves. Wes Helms hit one in 2001. That was the last Brave. For those of you that care.
De La Cruz is on deck for now. Their bullpen is not working.
Like it's broke.
Yeah, I thought at times this year it has been for them.
But check out the inside the park of the first career home run for Dansby Swanson. He was running out of the box. Trey Turner got a little discombobulated out there, and Swanson never slowed down. Might have been a hair casual going after the ball on top of it. Bryce Harper hustled over there. Swanson hustling all the way.
Oh, 1 target in. .85 pitches, 51 strikes for Gio. Chopper, left side, runner coming home. Rendon will look only to first to get the out. And it's a 6-5 game with Beckham going to third. Very productive out for Dansby Swanson and his 6th big league RBI.
Okay, this little tapper to third base. Good read by Gordon Beckham on second. He sees the speed of the ball, realizes he can slide in behind Rendon. Did he have a chance at home? I think no shot. You look when he finally throws it. Flowers was a couple steps from home, and when you have a 2-run lead, get it out.
Infield in, Joel De La Cruz, 2 for 14 this year. Couple of sacrifice bunts.
Boy, this has the makings of a Coors Field special here tonight.
De La Cruz career. Same stats as this season.
Bill Porter screaming at him, hey man, get a sign. We might put the squeeze on.
One pitch, base hit, tie game. So De La Cruz first career RBI, 6-6, and all those runs charged to Gio Gonzalez.
So De La Cruz says, forget the squeeze, I'm gonna rake. Got a sinker in, and that wasn't a bad pitch. Victory trot to first. And just like that, we're all tied up.
Might be a good night to have a 13-man bullpen. Blake Treinen, the righty, Sean Burnett, the lefty. Top of the order now, and Ender Inciarte, who's 2 for 2 tonight and 2 for 5 career against Matt Belisle. Lead run aboard, 1 out, top of the 4th. That ball laced out to left center. Turner will run it down. Second out of the inning, and how locked in is Ender Inciarte right now? So he finally makes an out tonight. Now Belisle will try to get Garcia for the first time in game 2. Right side. Murphy drifting. Price behind him, and Daniel has it. So the Braves strike quickly for 2 runs in the 4th. 6-6. Long way to go. Race 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance, and down they go like bowling pins.
Well, it's National Read a Book Day, so the president's decided not to read a book, but use one as a weapon.
Oh, books are strong.
Text Masson's word of the day: beef, to 29292 for your chance to win a signed Max Scherzer, Roy Rogers Cowboy Cash for Masson. That's brought to you by Roy Rogers. Check out their lineup: roast beef, fried chicken, and burgers. Visit royrogers.com. Beef is your word of the day, and I am a big fan of beef.
Top of the order, bottom of the 4th. Trey Turner 0 for 2 against Joel De La Cruz. 0 for 2 tonight. Fly ball to center, ground ball to second.
De La Cruz has got that short arm motion, almost like a catcher. He looks like could be tough to pick up.
One. Busted bat. Back to get it, Beckham. And the Braves have handled Trey Turner 3 times. Worth and Murphy ahead here in the 4th. Jason tonight struck out looking first inning. Jump started the 3rd inning rally, rifling a single to left. 3 hits later, Rendon had put the Nats on top with a grand slam, and then Ryan Zimmerman added a homer in that 5-run 3rd. Ooh. The pitch up and in a little bit, and Worth all over it. 2-1.
Good 2-0 hack, trying to do some damage. But as a ball club, when you're down 4-1 and you pick yourself up off the mat and drive a 5 spot late in the season, it takes a lot when you're tired this late to do something like that. It's hard to come back late in the season because your body just doesn't let you. And sometimes your mind doesn't either when you're beat after 130-something games. So when you do that, you're hoping that that's enough because it's hard to pick yourself up again when you're essentially running on empty.
Two-two pitch. Swing, a foul tip, and a strikeout. 2 down. 4 straight for De La Cruz.
I think Jason was sticking around to see if that hit the dirt or not, and it looked like Tyler Flowers got down there and caught it.
Perfect night for Daniel Murphy. Batting average up to 240 or 342. He's gained 2 whole points by getting a couple of singles tonight. Giants are at Colorado tonight. We'll see if Jeff Samardzija can stop DJ LeMahieu, who's 0 for 1 in that game so far.
The Giants were up 8 games on June 26th, the day Clayton Kershaw went on the DL. 8 games. And now they're 4 back of the Dodgers.
How about that? A 12-game swing with Kershaw hurt.
They've had 4 games with 4 hits or less in a row. That's some sort of record since 1900.
And now they're only a half game up in the wild card race. You know, 2 teams make it, but they had about a 4.5 game cushion a week ago. They've let the Mets back in, and St. Louis right behind San Francisco, while Pittsburgh and Miami have faded badly. 2-1 pitch. Chopper over the mound. Murphy digging. He's 3 for 3. Getting hits pretty much every way you can all season long. And that's number 168.
Everybody in the first base dugout, maybe even the third base dugout, is thinking the same thing I am right. And now, when it's your year, it's your year. And the hit machine keeps on hitting. Inventing ways. Okay, let me just chop one over the mound and beat it out. Hit one to right, slap one to left, chop one over the mound. As soon as this ball was off his bat, I knew it was a hit because it's Daniel Murphy. It's his year. Yeah. I don't know, just every time I go up there, I get a hit. It's really weird.
Freddie Freeman is so sick of talking to Daniel Murphy this year.
They're going to send each other Christmas cards. And every other first baseman in the National League.
344 now. So with that 0 for 1 I mentioned against Jeff Samardzija, LeMahieu at 343. Shift on for Harper. Bryce, key base hit, dropped into left field in front of Matt Kemp last time up. Led to the grand slam by Rendon. Bryce 1 for 3 with a home run, 3 RBIs against De La Cruz.
Good rip.
6-9-0. Both ball clubs. Braves have stranded just a couple. The Nats 3 so far. Kind of an unusual little submarine throw over by De La Cruz. And Bryce a chopper, but that not tall enough to get over the mound. That's it for the Nats in the bottom of the 4th inning. So a long, long way to go. Bullpens have the rest of this evening, 6-6. Six ball game, top of the 5th coming up. Freeman, Kemp, and Markakis, 2 out of 3 left-handed batters. So that's why, kind of early in the game, based on his Nats career, Sean Burnett gets the call. 33-year-old lefty, his 3rd appearance. Had a couple of scoreless outings in New York.
Yeah, you know the arsenal, 2-seam fastball. It's tough to elevate. He gets lots of ground balls. Slider as the punch-out pitch. Got a nice ovation just a moment ago from Nats fans as he took the mound. Well deserved. I'll tell you what, you talk about playoff roster and an audition right now. You're facing Freddie Freeman, one of the better hitters left-handed in the National League. You get him out, I'm not saying it's do or die, but it goes a long way with your skipper and your pitching coach and their thought process.
Situational appearance is so important in postseason. On the shift, that's Danny Espinosa way over there. And Sean Burnett gets Freddie Freeman out.
All right, nice night, Sean. Thanks for coming. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I thought he might stay for Kemp and then pitch against Markakis, but what do I know in September?
That's a big out in a tie game. Nicely done.
It is. After this, the Nats are down to 11 relievers. Greater coverage of baseball brought to you by T-Mobile. Zach Greinke. The Dodgers got him last night at Dodger Stadium. 5 home runs in that game. LA's won 3 in a row. Giancarlo reinstated from the DL. 25 and 70 in 103 games. Big for their offense down the stretch. And Brian Dozier is on some kind of run. 3 homers last night for the Twins. And he's sitting at 38, second in all of baseball to Mark Trumbo's 41. Well, Blake Trinan sometimes pitches at this time of the night, but tonight it's only the 5th inning. So here he is, a usual 7th to 8th inning guy.
And see the record, 4-1, 2.54 ERA. Opponents hitting .222. There's a lot of bullets down there in Dusty Baker's bullpen, but in a tie game early on as a manager, you always get a little nervous when you start going through your pen playing matchup ball. I'm sure Dusty Baker kind of thinking that right now, even though he has 11 more guys.
Yeah, Matt Kemp is 4 for 8 career against Blake Trinan.
Check out the matchups right now.
Blake a career high now every time he appears. 62 now, 60 last year. That's a strike. That ball hitting the plate, outside edge.
I'll tell you what, if you don't think Dusty Baker is prepared, you should go sit in his office and see all the notes he has on his scorecard before every game. He's got what everybody's hitting against everybody. It's everywhere. He highlights stuff. And he does it every single day. You know, he gets so much credit for being a field guy and great in the clubhouse. But as far as an in-game manager, the way he's developed since I played for him in 1999 has just been amazing for me to see. He's one of the most prepared managers in baseball every day.
2-1 pitch, and Kemp a good rip. Counts even. Matt Kemp 0 for 2 tonight, but an RBI ground ball. First inning, his 94th RBI.
For instance, Carp, I went to his office the other day and he had every team in baseball on a little sheet of paper with the consecutive games they had played during the season without a day off in their records. It's Boston 9-11 losing, Cubs 9-15 losing, Cleveland went 11-9 when they played 20 straight, Dodgers 11-9, the Mets were 7-13 when they played 20 without a day off.
Swing and a miss, 2 outs.
And the Nats ended that streak 11-9, and he thought that that was something to be really proud of, that they had a winning record playing 20 days in a row late in the season. The Rangers were 16-4 in their 20 straight.
Wow.
The exception to the rule.
Cubs 89 wins, Rangers 82, Nationals 80. Cleveland 79, the top 4. Looking at the Major League Power rankings this morning, they had those same 4 teams, but they had the Cubs first, Texas second, Cleveland third, Nationals fourth, based on all the different formulas they use. Fodder for conversation, but everything between the lines decides who goes where and how far anybody goes.
I still think the Dodgers are the best team the Nats have played this year, and I'm sticking to that. I've been saying it for 2.5 months.
So just out of that top 4, and there are the Dodgers and the Jays. LA's opened up a 4-game lead over the struggling Giants. Boston a game back at Toronto. Orioles just 2 back going into tonight. Baltimore up big at Tampa Bay. Toronto up by a run at Yankee Stadium. 0-2 pitch. Working him inside, and that one sounded like it got Wilson Ramos on the way back to the screen.
I didn't even think there's a really good chance we get to see Vin Scully again, which would be awesome.
I would imagine the Dodgers have to have him on radio for the playoffs, right? You have to.
Just maybe. I don't know.
Even on the road, would be great to see if Vin would travel. 0-2 pitch. Right side. Daniel Murphy right there. Got a nice big hop. 1-2-3 by Burnett and Trinan in the top of the 5th inning. Yes, a 1-2-3 inning for the first time tonight.
Brought to you by Cox's new Contour. Get right to the good stuff. 6-6 slugfest here at Nats Park. The highlight of the night, well, for Nats fans, is Anthony Rendon's first career Grand Slam. We're going to take you through the sequence, and I'm going to show you some emergency hacks that led to a Grand Slam. So miss that fastball. Look at that. Staying alive. Keeping the at-bat alive. There's another one. What does that lead to? Grand Salami. The ability to let the ball travel deep, make late decisions, barely follow him off to keep the at-bat alive is why Anthony Rendon is so darn good. And I mean real good.
Bottom 5. Anthony Rendon, first time against Joel De La Cruz.
See, foul off all those borderline ones, you know, where it's lightly raining on the outside, then you hit the one in the middle of the thunderstorm.
Rendon reaches out and hits one hard foul. So Anthony now, last 39 games, 6 home runs, 33 RBIs, and he scored 25 runs. Batting average over 330 during that time. Reaches out and hits a fly ball to Nick Markakis. 1 out, 5th inning.
Oh yeah, Winterfest. That's exactly what I'm thinking about right now. The postseason chase is on, but Winterfest will be here before you know it. Returns to the Washington Convention Center December 10th and 11th. And for a limited time, you can save $10 per ticket with early bird purchasing. To get your early bird tickets, visit nationals.com/Winterfest. Always a fun time. The Nats do a fantastic job every year, and they work real hard. And there's Santa's evil twin brother, John Claus.
0 for 2, Wilson Ramos tonight. 1 for 3 against De La Cruz, who's done a good job of settling this game down for the Braves. Came in right after Zimmerman homered in the 3rd. He's retired 6 out of 7 batters. The only hit, Murphy's chopper over his head last inning.
Well, if he goes nuts in the last 24 games, he can get to 22, and that'd be 7 guys with 20 home runs.
Could happen.
Could.
We know how streaky Ryan is.
He gets hot. Look out. And that's never been done before in the National League.
One and two to Wilson. Swing and a miss on off speed, down and away. Third K by De La Cruz.
So here's number 14 for Ryan Zimmerman, keeping the head down. We always love when we see that head right on the baseball, but it stayed still there. When his head's still and he doesn't drift toward the pitcher with it, he sees the ball better. And then you're going to see some hard hit balls, especially when you see one the other way. And I don't think Rick Shue gets enough credit for the hard work he does every day with the hitters. Jock Jones too, but you know, Rick's been here a long time. You only hear about the hitting coach when the team's not hitting, so give him some love, folks. He's done a heck of a job this year.
Absolutely. Nobody puts in more time, I don't think, in the game than hitting coaches. So many guys to work with.
So many different personalities, different swings. Some guys you have to stroke their ego. Other guys, you know, you have to fire them up. You're half counselor and half hitting coach, or maybe even more counselor. 70% counselor. No, you're good. You look good. That was a good swing. Stay with it. You know, come here early tomorrow. We'll look at some video. We'll figure it out. Don't panic. It's okay. Stuff like that is what you tell guys as a hitting coach. And then you just sit back and take zero credit for it. And all the blame when things go bad. Not the easiest thing.
One pitch, and Zimmerman hammers another right out to right center. So Ryan, couple of great swings tonight. By golly, it's another 1-2-3 inning. What is going on?
At Nationals Park, kind of hard to believe, but including today, there are now only 25 games remaining in the Nationals 2016 regular season schedule, and it's a schedule that down the stretch for this ball club appears to be pretty favorable. Only 3 of those 25 games will come against the team with a winning record. That's the Mets, who even after their recent hot streak are only 6 games over 500 coming into today. For the Nats as well, 16 of their final 25 are at home, the most of any in the majors. 18 of the final 25 come against NL East opponents, and we know how well the Nats have played in their own division this year. Obviously, that all guarantees nothing, but there is no denying the Nats schedule does seem to be pretty favorable over these last few weeks, guys.
Yeah, the time at home important. Gonna be hoping guys with some routines here and there. Blake Trinan is a tall guy, and he just took that one on a hop. So 11 pitches, 8 strikes so far to get 3 outs. And Jeep takes us inside the numbers. So the Nats against the East, total domination against the Braves. 7-1 here. The Marlins have been tough on the Nats. The Mets had to win 2 to make it 10-6 Saturday and Sunday, and the Nats have dominated the Phils as well.
It's not a good division. There's no other way to put it. So I guess the question is, how do you gear up for unbelievably intense, pressure-packed postseason baseball? I think that's going to be Dusty Baker's biggest test as a manager here for the last 24 games. When do you turn them on? When do you fire them up? Or does it just happen when you walk out to the line for introductions in Game 1 of the NLDS?
Yeah.
Well, when and if you get there, just to not jinx the whole thing. I think there's
home run guys tonight.
A lot of pros down there that know how to do it. That guy knows how to play in October. So does that guy.
One ball and 2 strikes to Gordon Beckham, who's 0 for 3 career against Blake Trinan. Right-hander Shea Simmons. Blake Trinan continues to dominate. 4 hitters in a row, 2 on strikeouts. Braves box, second inning, or rather actually first inning, a 2 spot on the board. Hits by Inciarte and Garcia. His was a double. Drove in the leadoff man, then Kemp, an RBI grounder. Dansby Swanson, first major league homer, inside the park. Second inning, RBI in the third by Freddie Freeman. And then Swanson and the pitcher De La Cruz delivering RBIs in the fourth. When we had hoped Gio would take the game by the neck and at least get through 5, qualify for the win, that did not happen. Bullpen's been outstanding since. So here's Swanson, 2 RBIs tonight, 6 in his big league career. So he joined Angel Pagan, Adam Jones, Willie Harris, Jimmy Rollins, Aaron Altair, and Ryan Zimmerman with inside the park homers at Nationals Park. Ryan had one earlier this year off Jose Fernandez. Is Joel De La Cruz going to bat again? One-two pitch. Swanson against Trinan, 0 for 1 down in Atlanta with a ground ball out. Close.
Pretty close right there. Slider 88. Buckled Swanson. Good frame by Ramos. Blake didn't get the call.
Yeah, could have gone either way on the Mercedes-Benz pitch track. Up the middle, and Trinan's going to grab that one too. He's got some kind of wingspan out there. Blake makes 2 good grabs, and he's retired 5 in a row to get this tie game to the bottom of the 6th. here over the last couple of innings. So a lot of baseball left. 8-9-1 ahead for the Nats. So Nats fans, this one's for you. You chose Michael A. Taylor with a fan choice bobblehead Friday, September 9th, when the Nats take on the Phillies. So this Friday, first 25,000 fans receive it. It's presented by Masson. To purchase your tickets, visit nationals.com/tickets.
That's not the bobblehead. That's really Michael A. Taylor.
Yeah, Ben Revere alongside. Watching, I mean, by the time this game's over, there are a lot of guys in the dugout and the bullpen who will have some kind of role in this game. And for the Braves, their next guy will be Shea Simmons. Third appearance, 2 innings. All he's done is get 6 guys out.
I'm telling you, it's hard to crank back up after you mount a comeback. Braves having the same problem. See if they can find something here. Simmons got a good fastball, averages 96.
26 appearances 2 years ago. '26-year-old right-hander, born in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, went to Southeast Missouri State. Not to be confused with Southwest Missouri State, where Ryan Howard went, and then they changed their name to Missouri State, and that's where Ross Detweiler pitched. Pretty good job by De La Cruz. He went 2 2/3 on 37 pitches, 27 strikes. Only gave up 1 hit.
That hit him.
Espinosa, but the ball ricocheted off to the side, making it a shorter throw for Tyler Flowers.
Well, they said he went, and if he did, it's irrelevant if it hit him. I thought it got him in the foot. They said he went? Maybe the side will show a better angle. Oh, he did.
Pinch hitting for Blake Trinan will be Brian Goodwin. Started in right field yesterday, had a double in 4 trips. 6 for 21 as a big league hitter.
Got a good swing. The more you see him, the more you like. Pretty good running catch to end the game yesterday.
Yeah, that was quite a play in that situation in the 9th inning. Anthony Recker was the tying run when he hit that ball. 2-0 to Goodwin. Hits it hard the other way. Nats box score. Rendon hit by a pitch in the 2nd. Gio drove him in 2 outs later. And then the 5-run explosion. Worth, Murphy, and Harper all singles. Rendon the grand slam. 1 out later. Ryan Zimmerman hit his 14th. So Murphy having the biggest night for hits and Rendon for RBIs.
Murph needs 32 hits in 24 games to get to 200. And I don't think he's going to play all 24.
Sean Kelly. Whole bunch of guys tonight pitching earlier than they're used to in terms of the game. And a bouncing ball. Goodwin flying down the line. And Adonis Garcia threw him out. 2 down. Top of the order, Trey Turner.
Right now, 0 for 3 is news when you're talking about Trey Turner. The one thing that nobody talks about that's really impressed me is the way he's turned 0 for 4s into 1 for 5s and not folded up shop.
First at bat against Simmons. There you go. You know he's thinking 2. Markakis up with it. Now he's thinking 3 as Nick had it get by him. And Turner to third on what you figure will be a double and an E9. Speed puts pressure on everybody, doesn't it?
We see it all the time. Big leaguers, veteran big leaguers panicking because with one guy, the game moves faster. Look at the inside out swing. So they'll check that box, 0 for 3 into 1 for 4. Remember, Nick Markakis' errorless streak ended in right field here at Nats Park, and I think he just added another one right there. And let's watch Trey run. It's always fun. Good swing by Trey Turner. I was talking to Bob Henley today about Trey Turner, and he said something very interesting to me about that pop-up behind second base. He said, you don't want to coach him too much on the bases because now he starts to think instead of just be reactionary and use his speed. So at this level, with the success he's had, you just let him run. You let him do his thing. You let him figure it out. Because if you talk to him too much about things, you'll lock him up and you'll actually make him slower. Thought it was good stuff. Just let him go. Let him figure it out.
Yeah. Jason Worth 0 for 1 against Simmons.
The line I like the best that Bob Henley told me today is that sometimes you can lead a horse to water and they won't drink. Sometimes you lead a horse to water and they do drink. And sometimes they're sipping out of a curly straw the side of their mouth. And he goes, and that's Trey Turner.
Yeah, he went all country boy horse whisperer on you, didn't he?
He did. That was great.
Worth is late for a 2-0 and it's out of play. If you're ever tired of the city and just feel like you want to go to the country, sit down and have a conversation with Bob Henley.
Talk to Bob Henley. You feel like
you have overalls on, you just ate some barbecue.
And you're sitting on 100 acres. Good baseball man. He knows the game as well as anybody I've ever been around. I think he'll make a great big league manager someday if he wants to.
Yeah, quick decisions. Crucial over there in that third base box. 2-1 and Worth will take a strike. Count is even. Jason 1 for 3 tonight.
Murph counting his hits on his batting glove. Let's see, I got 3. If I get another one, that's 4.
Six ball game, bottom of the 6th.
So if you're Jason Worth, are you thinking, okay, they threw that fastball up and in to throw either fastball away or slider away right here?
(3-2).
Fastball away.
Off speed. Got him on the pop-up. Swanson. And the Nats will strand their 5th runner of the night. This one to the 7th now. Quite a battle between the Braves and the Nats.
We go to the bottom of the 7th. Sean Kelly on for the Nats. The Washington area Toyota dealers want to help children and their families. They're making a donation of $37 to Children's Inn at NIH for every strikeout by a Nats pitcher this season. I can't see. I lost that promo in the lights. There's the arsenal for Sean. Fastball mid-90s, slider to go with it. Numbers on the year: 56 appearance, ERA at 3.21, 69 strikeouts versus 6 walks. And the rest of the numbers bueno too.
So here in the top half of the 7th inning, it'll be Jace Peterson for the pitcher. Batting for Shea Simmons. Kelly, first pitch strike. Peterson 1 for 2 with a home run, a walk against him. And that home run was the walk-off homer in the Sunday game, August 21st, when the Braves in 10 innings salvaged one of those 4 games from the Nats.
It was a Sean Kelly slider that he just caught out front. So I don't think he'll see that same pitch. Probably a lot of fastballs away, and maybe if the slider's thrown, it'll be in the dirt.
Got him looking on a pitch away. Nissan will track it, 1 out, 7th inning.
Well, that's a tough one to hit. Jace Peterson, and Sean Kelly will take it.
So the Nats bullpen, the 3rd time around, the Atlanta order retires every batter. Top of the order now, Inciarte and Garcia. They're both 2 for 3. Inciarte 1 for 3 career against Sean Kelly. Strike 1. Yoenis Cespedes hit his 28th. Top of the 7th at Cincinnati, 4-3 Mets.
The Mets aren't messing around.
Yeah, all their runs on homers tonight. Coda Glover, Oliver Perez scoring. Reyes and Granderson had homered earlier for New York. That ball hard hit. Eddie Espinosa right there. He's not wasting any time with that throw either. Quite a gun. 2 outs. Adonis Garcia 0 for 3 career against Kelly, stepping in. Important man to get here. Oliver Perez probably ready for Freddie Freeman, who's on deck. Garcia RBI double in the first, going the other way, pulled a base hit in the third.
Clayton Kershaw's here. Well, I think he pitched in Rancho Cucamonga tonight. And then flew here, apparently. Yep. Clayton Kershaw would look good in that hat, just saying. And I don't think his head is that big. Pretty sure.
Yeah, Dodgers are calling Kershaw probable for Friday against the Marlins. And that would be a Kershaw-Fernandez matchup.
That'd be worth watching.
Sean Kelly in a 2-2. That ball is hooking well out of play. Marlins have picked up a couple of runs. Phillies were ahead 4-3 at Miami, or 4-1 at Miami, and now it's 4-3. Two clubs, Miami and Pittsburgh, chasing wild card spots, and they're both under 500 at the moment.
I see Garcia a lot this year. He likes to swing with 2 strikes. Could expand away with the slider here. Might get a chase.
Pitch up. Well picked by Ryan Zimmerman. And the bullpen is red hot tonight. Against the left-hander Ian Kroll, it'll be Murphy, Harper, and then Anthony Rendon. Bottom 7. 6-10-0 Nats, 6-9-1 Braves. Former Nat Ian Kroll came to the Nats in 13 to complete a trade involving A.J. Cole and Blake Trinan and Michael Morris. And then the Nats sent him with Steve Lombardozzi to the Tigers when they got Doug Fister.
I remember all that, and I remember this dude. Fastball 94, cutter 87, curveball change to go with it. Daniel Murphy this year hitting .324 against left-handers.
Murphy 0 for 3 against 25-year-old Ian Kroll.
Murph has 6 home runs against lefties this year.
Kroll works from that first base side of that rubber. Really gives himself an angle. So DJ LeMahieu against Jeff Samardzija tonight, 1 for 2. Murphy 3 for 3. They're in a virtual tie. Two-man race right now with the nearest Gene Segura, 24 points back. In the American League, Jose Altuve started the night at .346. Nobody near him. Mike Trout 21 points back. So guys in the 340s still in September. Impressive. 2-2. Murphy 25 home runs, stuck on 98 RBIs for a while here. He's going to be called out on a pitch away. Appeared to be up a bit and has a chat with Carlos Torres.
See what Pitch Track has to say. I thought it was real close. Tyler Flowers, the more you watch him, he's pretty good at presenting borderline pitches in the strike zone. He framed that up and made it look better than it was. Give him a lot of credit right there. Ian Kroll made a good pitch. Tyler Flowers made it better.
So Bryce will face Kroll for the first time. Rendon on deck, and they have a right-hander ready. That ball drilled to left. And Bryce Harper a 2 for 4 night. Both hits the other way.
Pretty swing by Bryce right here. Just short leg kick, slider for Ian Kroll, stays on it, goes the other way. Keeping the hands close to the body. The balance is nice. Good swing. See if he decides to run after we have a pitching change. September baseball, yes.
Jose Ramirez, Anthony Rendon when we come back. Handed pitcher with a man aboard, 1 out. It is 26-year-old Jose Ramirez, 22nd appearance for the Braves. He's a strikeout guy, 27 Ks, 22 innings.
Yeah, pretty good fastball, 95. Slider, 86. Changeup, 86. He's versatile, too. He also plays for the Indians, and he's hitting 309.
And he's 23 years of age when he does that.
There's a Jose Ramirez for the Cleveland Indians, too.
Rendon 1 for 2 tonight. 2 runs scored. The grand slam. 1 for 1 against the Atlanta right-hander. Bryce, 19 steals. It's been caught 8 times.
I'm all in for run till they tag you.
Holding. Ball gets away. And going up the first base line a bit, Harper stays.
Boy, this time in the game, in a tie ball game, you're looking for any kind of trickle to go to second, and I think Bryce couldn't tell how far that kicked away from Flowers. Else he would have ran.
There he goes. Throw is on the bag, but skirts into center field. And Bryce Harper has his 20th of the year. 23 homers, 20 steals. Welcome to the club, Bryce Harper.
2020. And I don't know where the Rangers are tonight, but somewhere Ian Desmond is smiling. His buddy Bryce Harper just joined his exclusive Washington Nationals club. See that hand get caught. Watch the left hand get caught. He's got a batting glove in it. And sometimes when you have those gloves, you can't spread your hand out to act as a flap, so to speak, and it'll roll up underneath you. The reason he has the glove in his hand is not to jam his fingers.
Rendon takes a strike, and it's 1-2.
And he almost just did. So you hold the glove in your hand because you don't want your fingers to be exposed. But watch Bryce with the wrist guard and everything on really roll his wrist up under his body. That could have been dangerous. Big stolen base besides the 2020.
Yeah, Rendon looking for RBI number 70 here. On a 1-2 pitch, though, and he'll take it outside.
Inciarte can throw, Markakis can throw. Kemp is your best shot.
Inciarte, second in the league with 14 outfield assists. Six ball game. No runs since the 4th inning in this one.
Texas is in Seattle. Maybe Ian Desmond's watching in the clubhouse. Who knows? They don't start till 10:10.
Full count to Rendon. 1 out. Shortstop keeping Harper close. And Anthony will hit it to the right side for Gordon Beckham. 2 outs. Next 5 will involve 3 different ball clubs, as actually just 2. It's a 4-game series against the Phillies. Pardon me. We're waiting to see who officially will be announced as tomorrow's starter. It could be Steven Strasburg against right-hander Mike Foltynewicz, who's 8-5 and one of the better young pitchers in the league. Then the Phillies, 4-game series, Thursday through Sunday.
Well, he's been charged tonight, but in a 6-6 game, let's just hope he's not getting carpal tunnel syndrome down there.
Kind of things to write down on a night like this.
Yeah, there's a lot. Wilson's due for a big hit.
All right, she went solo for the second one. Ramos 0 for 3 tonight. He has driven in 72. 0 for 2 against Jose Ramirez. That ball pounded to center and run down by Inciarte. Absolutely gashed, and the center fielder went and got it. Now it's quite a game into the 8th. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of the Washington Nationals.
Well, Mike Maddox has to be proud of his bullpen tonight. They've done a whale of a job. And Dusty Baker going to his pen a lot earlier than he anticipated or probably wanted to tonight. Our old friend Sean Burnett came in and was boring again, just like he was as a Nat in 2012, and that's a good thing. Got the ground ball. His sinker's tough to elevate. Blake Trinan doing a nice job. Sean Kelly following Blake Trinan. So 11 in a row retired by the Nats bullpen in a 6-6 ball game.
Yeah, 4 innings, 1 hit.
Baker's dozen, getting the job done so far.
Perez and Freeman. Glover ready for Kemp if Dusty plays it that way. Freddie Freeman 3 for 5 career against Oliver with a couple of RBIs. 8th inning is here. Right side, Murphy in right field. Took that last hop off the grass. 1 out.
That was a good play, and that was a tricky hop.
Here comes Dusty. Oliver Perez. 1 pitch, 1 out. So Coda Glover will be the Nationals' 7th pitcher of the night, and that'll happen shortly. On a September evening at Nationals Park, it is a parade of success from the bullpen so far. Plus memberships on sale right now. Secure your postseason tickets for this October and guarantee access to the 2018 All-Star Game. Exclusive experiences, rewards, and access. You can enjoy everything that membership provides. 202-675-NATS or visit nationals.com/NATS Plus and join us. So Coda Glover against Matt Kemp.
There's the arsenal for Coda. Fastball mid to upper 90s with a lot of arm side run to it, meaning it'll go into righties away from lefties. Slider curve change to go with it, but we've seen primarily fastball slider 2 pitches. And those are good looking numbers. Right-handers just 115 off Coda Glover so far.
18 pitches, 10 strikes, and a scoreless 8th inning last night. He did walk a man, got a strikeout. That's why the pitches were up just a bit.
That was a filthy slider.
Kemp 0 for 2 against him.
That was a slider too that just was an overthrow. That is one dude I don't want to meet in a dark alley. Nope.
One out, 8th inning. Cleanup man with the pop-up. Left side for Danny Espinosa. "12 runs, 17 hits in the first 3.5 innings of this game. And since then, in the last 3.5, no runs on 13 hits. Both bullpens doing the job. Nick Markakis is next. Markakis 0 for 1 against Glover with a walk. Nick 0 for 3 tonight. Ball driven to left center. Turner tracking it. Lets Worth know he's got it. And the bullpen continues to shine. Ryan Zimmerman's already gone deep once tonight. He's straight ahead. Bottom of the 8th. Baseball on Masson, brought to you by Airlines for America, where airplanes land, opportunity takes off. And by Roy Rogers. Check out their lineup: roast beef, fried chicken, and burgers. Visit RoyRogersRestaurants.com. All right, got the color right, at least there for a while.
Oh, hey.
Bottom of the 8th, Zimmerman, Espinosa, then the number 9 spot. Out there still, right-hander Jose Ramirez. Ryan Zimmerman 0 for 1 with a sac fly against him. Hit the ball hard twice. Home run to right center, line drive to center, right where Inciarte's playing at the moment. By the way, last inning I said no runs on 13 hits. That one was a slash, not a one. No runs on 3 hits. The last 3.5 innings, these two ball clubs combined. Bullpens just setting everybody down.
You're like Ron Burgundy. I'm just going to write something on your scorecard one day.
Well,
I mean, because you just
I've seen better slashes, but I got to wear that one. Common sense would have said there's no way 13 hits.
Hey, you read what you see.
Great show, everybody. A lot of energy.
Had a lot of fun. You guys sound like you really enjoy doing what you do. All right, 2-1 pitch. Let it rip. Look out.
Spinning away instead, 3-1. Mets have another home run. Alejandro De Aza. Top of the 9th, they lead at Cincinnati 5-3. Trying to win their 4th in a row. Ryan Zimmerman takes the leadoff walk.
Game on.
Tune in to the Nats Extra Post-Game Show presented by WB Mason. When this one is over, Johnny Holiday, Ray Knight out in the left field. And I'm watching them from afar. They have a lot to talk about tonight, and they're conferring at the moment.
Ryan didn't look like he wanted to come off the base right there. Michael Taylor pinch running for Ryan Zimmerman. I don't think Ryan's ever been pinch run for before. I think that's a first. He's one of the better base runners in the league and sneaky fast.
Now there's a guy who's real fast. Michael A. Taylor, 12 for 15 stealing bags this year. With Bryce Harper's tonight, the Nationals have 98 steals. Well, he's going after him. That pitch in the dirt, picked by Freddie Freeman.
Pretty quick move. Well, I know if Bryce can steal second off Ramirez, Michael Taylor can too. Michael might be just a hair faster than Bryce.
Espinosa squaring to bunt, taking a strike. Clint Robinson on deck.
See if Danny shows bunt here again to 0-1 count and what kind of jump Michael Taylor gets at first. We'll show it to you in the box.
Way outside. Interesting that with all the craziness in this game, Ryan Zimmerman's walk was the first one tonight by either team. They did have a hit batter earlier. Rendon, who scored.
Nice night for Ryan. Danny's never been real comfortable sacrifice bunting. He likes to bunt for a hit. What's the difference? Well, when you're used to bunting for a hit, you square around later. And you're thinking about, placement. When you sacrifice, sometimes you get out there and you're hanging around too long and it affects your thinking process, your thought process. Get nervous, so to speak.
1-2 now. And with Taylor holding, it goes to 2-2.
I've been watching Michael Taylor. He's flinching over there. Actually went back one time when Ramirez went to the plate.
Yeah, Michael had a few base running glitches before he went down to Syracuse the most recent time.
But I think he's just not getting a read on him yet. Maybe now on the 5th pitch he's got a better idea.
There he goes. Inside. Throw to second. Michael A. Taylor is in there. And the Nationals have 99 stolen bases this year.
Great jump by Michael Taylor. Big stolen base. Now Danny Espinosa has to move him. But we've seen him do this before. He almost slid too soon. Watch. Oh, not too soon, but he got his wrist guard caught, and that's kind of slowed him down. But what a jump by Michael Taylor. See his left hand get stuck right there, and then he had to reach back for the base. Now the whole at-bat for Espinosa changes to move in the other 13th stolen base.
Danny Espinosa will take the walk.
I think you pinch hit for Clint, or you don't pinch hit Clint. You got to get somebody to bunt up there.
And that's Trey Turner who's on deck, and Ben Revere will come out.
Braves going to talk about their bunt defense at the mound.
Ben Revere, 2 sacrifice bunts all year.
So Ben Revere better at base hit bunting than sacrificing too. This could be interesting, and it's up to Michael A. Taylor to get a pretty good lead at second and read the ball down off Revere's bat and get a good jump. And this might be the best angle to see it right here. You see Michael A. at the top, Danny Espinosa at first, and Ben Revere. We'll see what kind of defense the Braves put on. You feel like everybody in the ballpark knows Revere's bunting.
Garcia, Freeman pinching. Revere lays it down. Throw to third. Down the line. And here comes Taylor. Runners will end up at second and third. Tyler Flowers took a chance, and now the Nats are ahead in the 8th inning.
Well, we talked about the lead for Michael A. Taylor. He got a great jump, and he made Flowers hurry. The play was at third. It was the right play. The bunt wasn't far enough out there to get the job done. But watch Michael A. Taylor get a good jump. Ben Revere did a good enough job. Flowers made the right decision. He just launched it. Good throw might have got Michael Taylor there. But the reason he launched it is the speed of Michael A. Taylor. We've seen how speed has affected defenders with Trey Turner. You just saw it with Michael A. Taylor. So nice stolen base, nice jump, good bunt.
Top of the order, Trey Turner. So one throw amounts to 3 extra bases for the Nats. And maybe 4 when you count third and home for Taylor. As Espinosa ends up at third and Ben Revere at second.
So good enough with the bump, but watch Taylor at the top of your screen. He got a great lead and a better secondary. So he put pressure on Flowers to throw that before he was ready. That's why I launched it. Feet weren't underneath him.
Now Turner, 1 for 4 tonight. Chance to give the Nats a big lead here. 2 balls, 1 strike. Trey opposite field double last time up in the 6th. And that gets Mark Melancon up, of course, in the Nats bullpen. Turner, broken bat. It'll be a 2-run single. The Nationals take a 9-6 lead.
Bat died, big time hero. Nats take a 3-run lead. Trey Turner is clutch. What new? So he got the slider right off the end. Look at the toothpicks flying all over the place. Bat die's a hero, and it really died too. And watch Ben Revere. Look at the read. Just takes off right away. Scores easily. Line moving here in the 8th. So Trey Turner turns an 0 for 3 into a 2 for 5. Not shocked.
Yeah, and look out here. Stolen base number 100 for the Nats could be straight ahead.
Go first pitch. No. I like that
call to Worth.
when you have the momentum, keep going thing.
Yeah. That ball should have been thrown away. Freddie Freeman somehow got a glove on a very short toss by Ramirez.
Boy, just seeing how speed changes the game. You know, as a big leaguer, when you play 162 games, the game moves at one speed. It moves real fast. And then all of a sudden you have somebody that comes up that makes it even faster. And you're not accustomed to that, and you panic. We've seen it with Trey Turner since he's been here.
There he goes, swinging a foul. And the fans downstairs groaning in disappointment.
Well, he can't take 2 strikes as a hitter. He'll take 1 for a legit base stealer, but not 2. Got a good jump. Trey was telling me the other day that a coach at Boston College, when he was at NC State, said, hey, you do something different when you steal, and we can tell. Try to look like you're going every pitch. And he said since that day, he's tried to look like he's going every pitch because of an opposing coach in college. How about that?
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Nine-6 Nationals, still nobody out. 0-2, broken bat, and the ball was kind of tracking the bat over toward Adonis Garcia. So Turner to second on the first out. Murphy and Harper now.
Pretty good play by Garcia. Which one do you feel, the bat or the ball? Look at him duck the bat and now concentrate on the ball. Nice play.
And by the way, if you're scoring along with us, and we know some of you do, the bunt by Revere called a fielder's choice, not a sacrifice. And then the E2 advances everybody.
Well, that's the wrong call. It's a sacrifice bunt. You can't assume that he would have got him at third. Just like you can't assume a double play. That's absolutely wrong.
That's what they called. So
you're
we hope
penalizing Ben Revere for doing his job. That was a sacrifice.
So Murphy to put runners at first and second, get the double play in order. Third walk of the inning. Bryce Harper 1 for 1 against Ramirez. Only other lefty the Braves have in their bullpen, Jed Bradley, who got knocked around in 2 innings last night. Had to throw 43 pitches, so maybe the reason the right-hander has stayed against Murphy and Harper. Bryce's base hit brought Ramirez in last inning to face Rendon.
Davey Lopes talking to Daniel Murphy at first base. I mean, his job right now is to keep his eye on Trey Turner at second. And if you don't get the same jump that Turner gets, you don't go.
One-0 pitch. Seventh and Nat to bat here in the 8th inning.
Change up.
One-two pitch. Inside.
I mean, it's an important scenario in the fact that if it's a 4-run lead, do you go with Mark Melancon again, or do you have somebody else ready in case it becomes a 4-run lead? You remember Mark pitched yesterday in the same situation with 4 runs as a cushion.
Yeah, that was a long 5 hitters for him in the 9th inning, but he only threw 17 pitches. Of course, he was up warming for a while. 2-2, and Harper's foul tip just got out of the mid of Tyler Flowers.
I think I just saw Rafael Martin grab a ball down there in the bullpen.
Yes, he did. Lucas Giolito's out there. Added to the ball club today with Wilmer Defoe. Two with 1 out. Another foul tip that just escapes.
Getting some good rips.
Mets game's gone final. They won at Cincinnati 5-3. Two, and Bryce hanging in there. Phillies beat the Marlins to send Miami to their 5th loss in a row. Three and two.
Start the runners here. We shall see.
And Bryce getting time. There's a reliever about to throw his 40th pitch. Runners are going. They both got good jumps. And Turner is safe. Double steal by the Nats. So Turner gets the Nationals' 100th of the year, and then Murphy right behind him.
The Braves are on the phone right now, so we'll see. Trey Turner's been caught 3 times this year. It's been by replay challenges all 3 times, so nobody's thrown him out. The only person that can is Chelsea, New York on a replay challenge. That was close. I think he got in there, though.
Brian Snitker looks like he wants Chaz Rowe.
But was his foot on Garcia's cleat, and did he get the bag? Watch this, Carp.
I don't know if that's indisputable to turn over. But then you know how the rest of that sentence goes from numerous experience this year. So right now they're waiting for Chaz Rowe to come in. And Long time ago when Anthony Rendon hit a grand slam to put the Nats on top. Here's Chaz Rowe for Anthony. Rowe will make his 12th appearance of the year. 10 innings, 12 hits, 12 strikeouts.
Yeah, fastball, slider. Fastball's 92 and the slider's super sharp. Saw him last night or yesterday. His fastball was real good, and so was his slider.
Rendon against Rowe. Career 0 for 1. So Turner at third. Murphy at second. Still a save situation. And a swing and a foul makes it 0-2.
Or base hit, it's Rafael Martin. They are all watching and wondering like we are.
And now we all know it'll be Melanson in the top of the 9th inning. The Nats pick up 3 runs on 1 hit, 3 walks, and an error. And Melanson, he'll be after number 39. Hit a lot of buttons and pull a lot of levers tonight in this one. And so Dusty has a few more in mind. After we tell you that Mark Melanson is on to pitch in his 18th game with the Nats already. And he pitched in 45 for the Pirates. So here he's looking for save number 9 with Washington.
And save number 39 on the year. He's in 3rd in saves in the National League. Familia has 45. Kenley Jansen has 41. Mark Melanson 38. So fastball, cutter, curveball, the arsenal. As he faces 6, 7, 8 for the Braves.
Michael A. Taylor stays into play center after his dash around the bases. Trey Turner into second, and then sliding over to first will be Daniel Murphy. For the Braves, 6, 7, and 8, Tyler Flowers, Gordon Beckham, Dansby Swanson. Last night, 6 batters, 4 hits, but he got a huge double play ball. So it's Melanson against Flowers, facing him for the first time. Goes up hacking, strike 1. And then an uncertain swing on a heater up.
Well, here comes Uncle Charlie, right? Now, you go up top again with that, but if you see a guy chase a high fastball, you could lock him up with the curve or repeat high. Let's see what he does. I like the curve. He just shook it off. No, he's going with it.
There it is. Mark Melancon, the Nationals' 8th pitcher of the night.
It's a knuckle curve. He has one finger off the ball.
On a ball up, that's well hit. Right field corner. Fair ball, extra bases, Tyler Flowers. So the never die easy against the Nats Braves have a good start to their 9th inning.
Well, back-to-back days, 4-run lead yesterday, 3-run lead today. And you were wondering how Mark Melancon's going to hold up. Leadoff double for Flowers.
Gordon Beckham.
Front door of the cutter and just left it out over.
Right-handed batter, 0 for 5 career against Melancon. Second hit given up by the Nats bullpen, which has been working since there were nobody out in the 4th inning. Chopper up the middle. Danny Espinosa on the run for the first out. Flowers to third. Swanson is next.
You know, Mark Melancon's not perfect. He's going to give one up, as all closers do. But it's just such a different feeling than anything I've experienced here when he comes into a game, as far as the anxiety level, the stress level, and the confidence level that he's going to get the job done. And I know if I'm feeling it as a former player up here, those guys down there are feeling the same thing, because it's never been an easy ride here. It's always been an adventurous 9th inning. Insert whatever name you want in there.
Yep.
And
A.J. Pierzynski next.
It's comforting when you work for 3.5 hours to at least have that feeling on defense.
Ball gets away off the shin guards of Ramos, but Flowers stays.
And it's also a sickening feeling to have the other one.
Boy, that pitch really inside. Swanson got a piece of it.
Still charging.
What a night to chart pitches.
Hand cramp. Looks like he tightened up.
Hoping to hear it, Strasburg and Fultonevich tomorrow night.
Tightened up his hair. Tell you what, Fultonevich is good. Real good.
Ramos scrambling for a pitch low and away. And a 2-1 drilled beyond the reach of Turner. It's a 9-7 game, and the tying run will be A.J. Pierzynski.
Dansby Swanson's been impressive tonight. The right center field stroke. His first home run as a major leaguer. Now an RBI single here in the top of the 9th to make it a 2-run game.
Now in this series, 9 Braves have faced Mark Melancon, and 6 of them have hits. Pierzynski against him, career 2 for 5. No homers or RBIs. Dangerous leadoff guy on deck. Pierzynski 3 for 13, has a pinch hitter this year, 2 driven in. One ball, one strike. One and two.
See if they stay hard into Pierzynski or go with the curveball here. Usually the curveball is the 2-strike put away pitch. But it looks like Pierzynski's having trouble getting the cutter.
Nationals looking for a ground ball. Left side, Rendon, Espinosa, game over on a 5-6-3. Mark Melancon saved number 9 with the Nats, 39 on the season, and nothing came easy tonight.